If your home isn't selling, chances are it's more than just the market. In fact, it could actually be something that you have in your home. And whether that something is turning buyers away or even putting your safety at risk, the things that you leave out could be a deal breaker. So while you might think that you've done everything right, if you're overlooking any of these key factors, you could be unknowingly sabotaging the sale of your home. And so what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to reveal 7 things you should never leave in your home when selling. Just a heads up, a few of these things that I'm going to be talking about, specifically the last one, might just ruffle a few feathers. But I'm going to be okay with that because at the end of the day, my main goal here is to help you sell your home faster and with less risk by avoiding these specific mistakes. Hi, my name is Deirdre Dunn, and I'm a real estate broker, and I've helped people with their real estate needs in the Wellington and Waterloo regions of Ontario for the last 10 years. I specialize in helping empty nesters downsize, helping to reduce the worry, anxiety, and overwhelm using my 5-step method called Your Next Chapter. Alrighty, so let's kick things off with something that a lot of sellers don't even think about, and that is your medications. So you really need to make sure that you have your meds put away, especially the ones that could be more addictive. So go ahead, tuck those away in a safe place somewhere. And because unfortunately there are people out there that who might be snooping around for your medications, going through your cabinet during your showings and open houses, looking for their next fix. You know, even Matthew Perry, when he was battling his own addiction, admitted that he would actually go through open houses just to raid the medicine cabinets, looking for pills. And you know, he even joked that people probably thought, there's no way that Chandler just came in and stole from us. It's a tough reality of addiction. And you know, while I think we should all have empathy for those that are struggling, we still need to protect ourselves and our stuff. So don't leave any of your medications lying around in easy to reach spots. Lock them away. Either lock them away, hide them away, or take them out of the house entirely. So if that's something that you're interested in, be sure to subscribe to the channel now, and that way you won't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. So also, if you'd like my help with either buying or selling a home, there is a link in the description box below where you can actually schedule a call with me, a 15-minute call. So, all right. So the second big thing that a lot of sellers tend to overlook is their valuables. And I'm talking about things like, you know, your jewelry, your watches, cash, small electronics, basically anything that's valuable and easy to grab and walk away with. So because unfortunately, there are a lot of people out there who aren't actually interested in buying your home. They're interested in what they can steal from it. It's true, unfortunately. And it's not just about open houses. They're also snooping your listing online and zooming in to see where you might have your valuables. The reality is thieves know exactly where to look, and they're familiar with all the usual hiding spots for those things like cash and jewelry. So your best bet is either to lock those things up, hide them in a safe place, or just remove them altogether from your house while your home's on the market. And it's always going to be better to be cautious now rather than regret it later down the road. The next thing, the third thing is pet smells and pet evidence. Now, I love pets as much as anyone else, but not everyone does. And even those that do love them, they don't want to smell your pets. And trust me, other people smell what you don't. You remember those nose blind commercials that Febreze used to run and advertise? You know, sadly, Angela's got used to the odor her cat leaves in the couch. She no longer smells it. Yep, she's gone nose blind. We staged an intervention to help her sister break the news. Well, this is exactly what your house smells like for real. Yes, at the end of the day, pet odors and fur can be a real deal breaker, especially for buyers with allergies or for those who just aren't into animals. So now I'm not saying that Febreze is the ultimate solution to all your pet smells, but those commercials really do make a good point, don't they? So first, impressions matter. And if your house has an odor that maybe you're nose blind to, it's going to turn a lot of buyers off very quickly. So if you do have pets, or maybe even a smelly teenagers, it might be worth a little spritz of that Febreze here and there. But here's the thing, just masking those odors is not going to be enough. You've really got to get to the root of the problem. And that means deep cleaning your carpets and rugs, vacuuming and regularly, and maybe even having those pets stay away with a friend or family member during the showings. And of course, if there's been any accidents in the house, get those spots professionally cleaned or replace the areas if they actually need to be replaced. You don't want to see those stains. The goal is for your buyers to walk in and smell freshness, not Fido. And it's not just about the smell. Think about how the place looks as well. You know, pet toys, food bowls, litter boxes, all lying around, they can easily distract buyers from seeing your home at its very best. And even those that love pets, they don't need to be reminded of the mess that comes with having them. So go ahead and stash away those items during your showings to keep the place looking clean and as neutral as possible. And lastly, don't forget about the wear and tear that pets can leave behind. You know, those scratches on the door, the chewed up trim, the fur covered furniture. I mean, they can all signal to buyers that your home might need some extra TLC. So it's worth fixing these little things before you list to make sure that your home is going to show at its absolute best. All right, so I think we've covered the pet stuff pretty well. Now, the next thing is personal photos and memorabilia. So that's what we're going to talk about next. When buyers walk into your home, they want to picture themselves living there, not you. So it's really important that they don't feel like they're intruding on someone else's life. You know, what I mean is those family photos and sentimental mementos, no matter how lovely they are to you, they can actually create a barrier for potential buyers. Yeah, it's true. You know, when they see all your personal stuff, it keeps reminding them that this is your home and not their potential new home. And that's really important. So the goal is to make the space feel like a blank slate where they can imagine building their own personal memories with their family. So, but it's not just about making your space neutral for buyers. It's also about protecting your privacy and your safety. And that's really important. You really want to take down all your personal photos or anything at all that might reveal who you and your family are to complete strangers. This is going to include things like your child's name on their bedroom door, like so many people do, or maybe even their name above their bed. Unfortunately, there are people out there who might use that information for the wrong reasons. So it's always best to err on the side of caution here. Now, on the topic of privacy, make sure that you're also tucking away any personal documents. Things like your bank statements, credit card bills, or even those odd love letters that you've held on to for all these years. You don't want to share these things with anyone, snooping around through your paperwork or stumbling onto things that are absolutely none of their business. So make sure you keep that stuff out of sight and, if possible, locked away. And while you're at it, Don't forget to store away the things like personal journals, albums, and sentimental keepsakes. These kind of things can reveal a lot about your personal life, and they might even be vulnerable to theft or nosy visitors during showings. The way I look at it, when it comes to your family's privacy and safety, it's always better to be safe than sorry. The next thing is clutter and furniture overload. Yep, that's a big one for some people, for sure. Well, we all have stuff, right? But when it comes to selling, less is definitely more. Whether it's shelves crammed with books, a collection of vintage knickknacks, or countertops covered with gadgets, clutter makes your home feel smaller and more chaotic. And the more clutter you've got, the harder it's going to be for buyers to focus on the space itself. But clutter isn't just about the little trinkets. It's having too much furniture can be just as much an issue. Big, bulky couches, oversized coffee tables, and too many chairs can make a room feel cramped and smaller than it actually is. So when you're selling, it's always a good idea to scale back a little and create a clean, open space. Consider removing any extra pieces of furniture to give your rooms a more spacious and inviting vibe. The ultimate goal here is to make your space feel airy, organized, and easy for buyers to envision themselves living in it. So to give you a mental image of what I'm talking about, think about what it feels like when you walk into a model home. They're always spotless with minimal furniture and decor. And have you ever noticed how many model homes rarely have a TV? Yeah, that's because TVs take up a lot of space. And well, they don't exactly add much aesthetic to the room, do they? So now I'm not suggesting that you have to get rid of your TV. I know that's a big ask for most sellers. But when you're showing your home, consider streaming something like a travel video, relaxing scenes, or even a virtual fireplace, depending on the season. A simple touch like that will look way better than a big blank black TV screen staring back at people. All right, now in just a minute, I'm going to reveal the number one thing you should never ever have in your home when you're trying to sell it. But before I do that, there's one other thing that a lot of people don't think about. That is separation and divorce. If you're sadly going through a separation or a divorce, it's very sad, but you do not want to make that obvious to buyers walking through your home. Savvy buyers can pick up on certain cues very quickly. In fact, when I'm working with buyers, signs of a separation or divorce are something I will actually look for and point out to my buyers. Now, I understand that that might sound a little harsh, but at the end of the day, it's your realtor's job to help you get the best possible deal. And to do that, having insight into a seller's reasons for selling can come in handy during the negotiation process at times. So if you're a seller, which you obviously are, and if you're watching this video, you'll want to be mindful of little cues buyers might pick up, especially in the primary bedroom. So things like have only one toothbrush in the toothbrush holder, or one side of the closet completely full while the other side is empty. That can send a message you don't necessarily intend. These subtle details can give buyers information and they can use in negotiations to their advantage. Truth is, savvy buyers are always on the lookout for sellers who might be going through a tough spot in life. And nothing screams distress more than a pending divorce. And if buyers catch wind that you're in a situation where you have to sell, they're more likely to throw out lowball offers and push harder during negotiations, assuming you're not in a position to wait for a better deal. So if you're in that situation, it's smart to stage your home as though everything is still normal. Keep those extra clothes, accessories, and toiletries in a place to create an appearance of stability. The key here is not to tip your hand. Keep buyers focused on the value of your home, not your personal situation. All right, so here's the big one. The one thing you definitely don't want to have in your house when you're selling, and that is you. Nothing makes a buyer more uncomfortable than a seller hanging around during a showing. Here's the thing. Buyers want to picture themselves living in your house, not you. The moment you're there, they're not just judging your home anymore, they're also sizing you up. And if they don't click with you, even for the silliest of reasons, it could hurt your chances of making a sale. Now, it's not that you're not a great person. It could be absolutely anything. I mean, maybe they don't like the color of your shirt or the style of your hair or even just your personal vibe in some cases. You'd be surprised at the smallest things that can turn people off. It's amazing. Plus, I've seen sellers accidentally spill information that weakens their negotiation position. And that's what you don't want to do. Of course, none of this is meant to offend you, and it's just a reminder that when you hire an agent, it's their job to sell your house. A great agent knows exactly what to say, and more importantly, what not to say to get you top dollar. So do yourself a favor. When buyers are going through your home, make sure you're not there. Now, avoiding all these mistakes will definitely make a difference. But there's one more powerful secret that could be a real game changer for you when selling your home. Something that can help you sell it faster and possibly even for more money. It's something even experienced sellers often miss and could be what separates you from getting multiple offers or no offers at all. So to find out what that is, make sure you watch the next video.